Run! What's wrong with you?
911. My name is Miranda Cooper. I'm lost in the middle of the woods. I need help.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 thriller You Can't Run Forever. The film is co-written and directed by Michelle Schumacher and it stars J.K. Simmons, Fernanda Urrejola, Alan Leach, Isabella Anya and Olivia Simmons. Right, okay, the film focuses on a troubled teenager, Miranda. She lost her father to suicide about 12 months previously, a while ago. And she's struggling to cope with the stress of that. So she's got help, she's seeking help, she's pretty much suicidal, blah, 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 blah. The mother has remarried Alan Leach's character, and they run into, unfortunately, J.K. Simmons' character, Wade, who is a chappie that I think you can fairly safely say is a bit of a lunatic. He is killing people at random for seemingly no reason. He's shooting them, terrorizing them, and he decides to focus on her father and herself. She ends up running off into the woods and he gives chase. Right, what are my thoughts on You Can't Run Forever? This is a bit of an odd one. It's one of those films that you watch if you don't actually realise what's going on to some degree. You kind of think to yourself, what's J.K. Simmons doing in this? I don't get it. Why is he in this film? Well, I'll tell you why he's in this film, because his wife is the co-writer and director, and his daughter, Olivia Simmons, is also in the film. So it kind of feels a little bit like nepotism at its absolute best here. But saying that, J.K. Simmons is easily the best thing in this film. I don't think he's capable of giving a bad performance. But the film itself is a bit of an oddity. It's not very good. I think the film makes a lot of mistakes with its writing, if you like. I think if they'd have presented the film a little bit differently, I think it possibly had a chance of working a little bit better. I think the problem is it's a bit dumb. The film is trying, I think, to go for a falling down vibe. You know, the Michael Douglas film. Whereas, to some degree, you were kind of behind that character, the Michael Douglas character, because he was pushing back against, you know, these things in society that get on all of our nerves to a large degree. And it's only really near the end when you realise, just as he realises, that actually he's the villain here. Well, there's no doubting from minute one who's the villain in this film. It's J.K. Simmons. He's just killing people at random. So you feel no sympathy for this character, no empathy. You don't care at all about his situation. Now, that could have worked if they'd have left it completely mysterious as to what his motives were, why he was randomly killing people. But they don't do that. They explain it as well in the film, and it makes it even worse, in my opinion, because you still don't care. You know, you just end up feeling like, well, okay, well, that's happened to you. That happens to many, many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world. Hard shit, get on with it. That's no reason to go out and start just shooting people randomly. So it would have worked much better if they'd have just kept him a mystery, J.K. Simmons' character. Who is he? Why is he doing what is he doing? Because he does say a couple of times in the film, or at least once, you know, when someone says, why are you doing this? And he says, does it matter? And then kills him. That's a really good point. Does it matter? And if they'd have left it like that, you'd have left the film wondering, I wonder why he did all that stuff. No, they attempt to explain it away, which I think harms the film massively. Then you've got this Miranda character, this troubled teen that was supposed to care for, running around in these woods. And they try and give her this backstory that her father's committed suicide. she's a troubled teen, she's on meds, she's pretty much suicidal, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. I'm guessing to try and make us feel sympathy and connect with this character. Again, you didn't need all that. I probably would have connected with this character better without all that shit. I think they must have thought, let's write a modern teenager. What are modern teenagers? Well, they can't cope with, stress, conflict, grief, all that kind of stuff. They then become troubled. And it's just like, just write a real person, please. Can we have a real person in a film? So you don't really click with that character. There are a couple of moments where she shines in the film, her character. But beyond that, no, I didn't really get on with that character as well. And then you've got Olivia Simmons, who happens to be the director's daughter and J.K. Simmons' daughter. She plays the stepdaughter and the stepsister of Miranda and her mom, sort of thing. And if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't give you a good reason as to why she's in this film. She does nothing. Less than nothing. She turns up at the beginning of the film to kind of, hi, I've come to see you on this planned visit. Then what happens with the stepfather happens, and then they figure out what's going on with the stepdaughter, and then the best thing she does, well, is moan a lot at the police station, and then set up a Facebook group to call on her friends to come and help her search in the woods for her stepsister while a homicidal maniac is running around with a gun. Now, that would have worked. Well, it's stupid, it's dumb, but that would have worked better if they'd have been preyed upon by J.K. Simmons' character in the woods, which I assumed was going to happen. But no, the next scene, they're back at the police station. It was like nonsensical. The film just didn't need it. So the film is chocked full of really stupid stuff, dumb stuff, and missteps in regards to storytelling. So what you're left with here is a film full of not very likable characters that you can't really connect with, a pretty of a dumb story, but with an interesting lead performance by J.K. Simmons. Clearly the guy's massively talented, and he manages to kind of somehow carry this film to make it so that you can kind of make it through to the end, if that makes sense. Beyond that, it's a really, really silly film. And there's not a great deal to recommend, if I'm being honest. It's just, again, it's an oddity. Why would J.K. Simmons, even if it is his wife who co-wrote it and directed it, come on, mate, stand up and say, no, I don't like the script, I don't want to be in this film, but good luck with it. I'm going to go and make this film over here that might get me another Oscar. But that's just me. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you've seen this film, what your thoughts are, and I will, of course, be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.